To you all. How's your week been? How's your week been, guys? I hope you're all getting over the Christmas and New Year hump. I know for myself. Good morning, shining light, Corey, I think. Hey Kim, how's things, darling? Yeah, if you would have seen my post this week, I had a little bit of a mental health week. So I just tried to post what I could and all that sort of stuff. But if you're someone who has had a bit of contrast with your mental health this week, say aye. Not that I want to join a band or create more issues for anyone, but this week's energies has been pretty full on. It is Kari, I thought so. Hey Kari, so good to see you, honey. Hope you're well. This week's energies have been pretty full on. I had a bit of a dip in my mental health side for a number of reasons. So I sort of laid low, stayed quiet. When I get like this, I tend to disassociate a lot. Good morning, kitty. How are you, Tony? Good to see ya. Oh, you're having that day too. And Kim as well. So I think for the light workers, there's nothing going wrong, so to speak. I like when I sat down and reflected on myself as to why I sort of had that decline. It was for numerous reasons. So it wasn't. Hey, Graceful. It wasn't like just a one-off thing. There was lots of different things. And I just want you guys to know that, you know, you're never alone. Never alone. Yes, I was like that this last week, just getting back into my groove. Oh, beautiful, Corey, same. So Kitty, don't be too hard on yourself. And Kim, don't be too hard on yourself either. I literally took this week to put into action what spirit were guiding us. I think it was either the last week or the week before. And that's to not say, why is this happening to me? And all that sort of stuff. I really sat down and said, why is this happening? What is this trying to show me? This is happening for me. What's this trying to show me? And for me personally, because of the Christmas period and it being so different, you know, this year, I got to celebrate and I had to spend a lot of time with my partner. And then my beautiful friend Kim, she came up and spent some time as well. And then we went visiting family and friends and all that sort of stuff. And what I realized myself is just, even though they were really fun and interactive and highly stimulating things that I was doing, I didn't balance that out with enough time for myself, with the self-care and the regulation and all that. So I noticed that my energy just got to weigh on itself. And then this week, I think it hit a plateau because of everything that's happening in the collective consciousness. And I'm not even going to mention it because we all know what that's about. So I think I had 3 different things. I think mine was hormones. Mine was what was happening in the collective with, you know, what's going on overseas and stuff like that. And also as part of my own ascension. So if you can pinpoint something that's happening for you, awesome. Try to journal it or speak to spirit about it or speak to a friend about it or whatever's going on for you. But please just really, really know that what you're going through at the moment, how you're feeling, it's up to you to sort of decipher what that's trying to show you specifically. So, yeah. Lots happening here this week. A lot to do with my kids and grandkids. So much out of my control. My feelings towards things are struggling. That's the big thing that come out too, is understanding and knowing that we don't have any power over anybody else but ourselves. But as intuitives, to feel and pick up on that energy, it's very overwhelming, Kitty? Very overwhelming. So if there was a quick fix, honestly, like I always say, I'd bottle it and put it, bottle it and sell it and live in the Bahamas. But it doesn't work that way, does it? So keep your eye on the prize, guys. Try to really be selfish enough to come back to self and know that your only role in this life is to feel the best possible, to feel the best possible version of yourself that you can. Good morning, Tina. So good to see you. Mine was loss of late, but getting better now. I think it is what it is. Well, it is, and I think it's really important for everyone to remember too that feelings are very valid. A lot of the times where I get stuck is I address the psychological and what's happening in my immediate environment, but I'm not dealing with the emotion that's attached to it. So we've got to work through the emotion of it more so. It's not that I want to control things, it's just all seemingly out of control. Honestly, energies are going mad at the moment. Energies are going mad. And it is because of the spike of what's happening in the collective energies. And like, as you guys know, I teach through the clarity of my own example. And what I noticed myself is, because over the Christmas period, there's probably a good 3 weeks or month there that I wasn't kind of doing my daily routines. I wasn't sort of keeping up to speed. And I was having a chat with my partner about this, because I've been single for a very long time. Having to co-create with someone else and take other people's feelings involved, or, just co-creating with someone else, that adds a whole new dynamic to an individual's energy as well. And then, then I was trying to help others with what they were going through, and yada, 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 yada. So the biggest thing that I pulled out of it over the last couple of days was the fact that I've got to, continue to put myself first, get myself into my own routine, and keep my own vibration at the most optimal level that it can, and then give from a place of there, whereas I didn't. I let that all go, and then I got depleted, and then psychologically I go into fight, flight, or freeze. I did write a bit of a blog post, started writing it, I'll share it. But yeah, then the psychological side took over for me, and once your psychological side goes, it's like, help me. So hey Denise, how are you, sweetie? So please know, I was drawn to pull out the secret language of darkness. So those who have had a clearing with me, or anything like that, these are the cards I use initially. So it helps me tap into the energy of what needs clearing. I did it in a little 3-minute reel the other day, because I felt it. I think I did it on Monday. Might have been Monday this week, where I just felt from the collective that they needed to know what was sort of holding them back, or what they were resisting, or something like that. So I'd really encourage everyone, try not to get too caught up in media and stuff moving forward. That would be really important. Gay had a week off work with a chest infection, so lots of rest for me. Oh, are you feeling better, Gay? I hope you're feeling better. And I'd like to take this moment to send my heart out to my beautiful, beautiful friend Wiki from the Crystal Gift Boutique, whose mum transitioned a couple of days ago. I'm thinking of you, girl, you know that. And if you need anything, but just sending you out my love and prayers, because my empathy for you and your specific circumstances went out of control as well. So knowing what it's like to be a full-time carer for your loved one and not have much support around you, and still trying to run a business and all that sort of stuff, that was me, 3 years ago. So I'm sure all our friends send love to you, Wiki. And if you want to do Wiki a really, really, really big favor, obviously like and share her Crystal Gift Boutique business, because she's self-employed. So hopefully we can help her get some sales or something to help her through her time of grieving. You can buy online through the website, or if you see something you like and you want me to pick it up in person for you, you can visit her beautiful store. Please, by all means, do that, because you don't realise how little things like that help when you're going through a grieving process. So, yeah, and I'm glad you're feeling better, Kay. Gay. Why'd I call you Kay? Whoa! So, Denise has been irritated yesterday and have no idea why. So, usually when our emotions are affected by anything at the moment, it's an indicator as to where we are when it comes to our true self. Because our true self is usually happy, go lucky, abundant, high vibe, and all that sort of stuff. But if it dips, it's usually an indicator as to where your thought processes are, how you're viewing the world, where your focus is going. Could be anything, honestly. It's different for everybody, but I'll get some of these shortly and see what it is for the collective. But it's not maybe trying to work it out so much, or try to pinpoint where it is, because what I'm noticing is it's a compilation and a progression of where your energy's been at, if that makes sense. So, yeah, 10-10 on my camera. So what I'm going to do is I won't dilly-dally. Thank you all so much for joining me live. Obviously, I love reading for people live, in person. Hey, JM, sorry, I didn't see you sneak in there. But let's see if we can sort of try to raise this vibration, try to get some understanding, some higher perspectives, some clear knowings, whatever spirit feel they feel we need to know right now. But most of all, guys, what I would love to encourage you is it's important to stay in the know when it comes to collective things. That's like what's happening in your neighbour's yard, what's happening down the block, what's happening all over the place in the world and all that sort of stuff. It is kind of necessary to stay up to speed, so to speak, but make sure that you don't focus on that too much where it does overwhelm you as a person. So, yeah. 11:11 in Sydney. Welcome, Sydney. I'm hoping to get there. I'm hoping to travel this year. But, yeah. Someone stole my hamper today. The vibe was off. Someone stole your hamper? What? Oh, do we have a thief in our mix? Oh, my God. Sorry, the cars that are jumping out. Oh my goodness me. How rude. I don't even know what to say to that. Hey, Lime, how you going? Oh, if you go to Sydney from New Zealand, Lime, let me know when you go. It wasn't I just heard a picnic bear. It wasn't a bear, was it? Oh, how'd someone steal a hamper, for crying out loud? Is this a sign of the times or what? All right, so I'm going to ask Spirit to use all my senses safely, securely, and full protection to offer my beautiful community members, my collective consciousness, those who do want to know more, those who are reaching out for a high perspective, those who would like to receive some type of psychic prediction on the good side, that's coming in for us. I'm just going to ask them to provide through me what they feel we need to know moving forward. I am going to tap into, once again, what's the dark side? The dark side, which is the shadow side, which is typically those unwanted aspects of self, part of the ego that may still be getting cleared up right now. Like what's going on there? What's going on there? So the first card that jumped out was projection. So when it comes to the law of attraction, obviously what you put out there in your thoughts and your feelings is always going to be representative in your current reality. So the world as your emotional canvas. So we're heading back to the emotional side of things at the moment. You can think all the wonderful thoughts that you would like, you know. That's why I like to stick to the old basic, everything is always working out for me, because I have that knowing and I embody it. So it just raises my frequency and makes me feel better in any given moment. But if you're emotionally feeling flat, deflated, irritated, annoyed, or whatever, you've got to try to get that under control as fast as you can. As Esther Hicks says, you've got 70 seconds to change your thought, because it's chronic thoughts that you have that will affect your emotional space. Try to rein that in as quick as you can. We're not saying to, you know, if you've got negative bank balance, you can't go from that vibration of chronic thought and feeling and focusing on lack of scarcity and stuff and instantly flip it into I'm a millionaire, I'm going to win the lotto and everything's, you know, I'm rich and I'm living in the Bahamas and all this sort of stuff. That's an unrealistic energetic jump for the majority. all I can guide you right now is that everything that you're feeling is coming up for a reason. I noticed myself, because I wasn't dealing with the feelings that I was feeling at the time, because I was split in all different directions, over the last 3 weeks or whatever. That's what actually triggered my PTSD, I suppose. And it was harder to catch up from there. So the best way to handle your emotions at the moment is to obviously either write them down. That's what I was going to say. It got to the point that I actually did some root chakra to rebalance myself. I did some root chakra binaural beat meditations before I went to bed. And over the last 2 nights, I've had some really, really confronting dreams. And I don't typically dream, so when I do dream, it is definitely showing me something. So I've had some very confronting dreams, but I know deep down that it's just to help me purge an emotion that I've been holding on to. And through dreams and the visualization of it, that's how it sort of gets your attention, because you know the person in your dream, or it's a scenario that you may have been through before or something like that. So just really, really take care of your emotional self and understand that how you're feeling emotionally as you're feeling it. If you don't sift and sort it as quick as you can, even if it's just a day or 2 or whatever, you are going to experience the exact same reality in your future. So the grief card did jump out. So I know there's a lot of grief that a lot of people are feeling. A lot of people are grieving that old version of themselves. They haven't quite yet, they've learned the lesson, but they haven't quite embodied the change that needs to happen to live the life that you desire just yet. People like my friend Wiki and myself, because it's coming up to the anniversary of my brother's passing. So a lot of people are maybe going through some type of grief process. It's really important to remember that it doesn't matter whether you experienced a grief event a year ago, 10 years ago, 100 years ago, it doesn't matter. People handle grief differently. Grief looks different to each and every person. And the biggest thing that Spirit told me this week is not to hate the grief, like not to try to resist it or try to buck its current, because it is still part of that healing process of having to feel it, to heal it. So it says opening a natural path to healing loss. So that's why I do my work myself. That's why I'm really being called to attend a sweat lodge, because I feel like that's just what's going to rip the Band-Aid off for me. So if you guys are still healing from grief, obviously do what you need to do, but there may be some new modalities that you may have to try to get that under control. So yes, we also got intimacy shadows. So this is a big one. This is a big one, actually. That the actual words on the card are beyond fear to connection. So a lot of people have launched their rocket of desire. They want new friendships. They want relationships. They want new jobs. They want, reconnection with people in some way. But then they're disconnecting themselves from that. Oh, that's all right, kitty. Got it. So there's definitely some message or connection coming through when it comes to bonds. I think I remember saying in November or October last year that divine unions were really going to come into play. And even if it wasn't in relationship sense, it was going to be in friendships. It's going to be in new connections and stuff like that. I feel like people are calling it in for themselves, but they're still resisting going there. Yes. There's something with courage coming up. What they're trying to give me at the moment when it comes to energy, because I'm working with energy, which is the collective of the holistic self, is that people are calling it in. I can feel it, I can see it, and when you're calling it in, it's all exciting and it's all passionate, and then we try to get into physical action of it. But all Spirit are asking us to do right now is to stay into the vibrational alignment with it, knowing that everything's working out for you, but also feeling it and doing things in your daily day that actually contribute to keeping that frequency as high as it can. A lot of people are shutting off their heart chakra here. They're shutting down. Did it myself this week. We are scared about truly, truly loving and honoring ourselves first and foremost, which is being presented, how we feel about ourselves is being presented in our current reality, and it has the potential of showing up in our future reality, and they want to cut the cord on that. So a lot of people do need to realize that there's 101 ways to skin a cat. There are so many different modalities or healing processes or deliberate creation techniques and stuff to get you from where you are to where you want to be, but you need to open up your heart space and know that you're worthy to receive it. Because there's a massive spiritual awakening as well. I'm getting a little bit confused because yes, this is happening in the 3D for a lot of people, but it's also happening in the ethereals as well. A lot of people are going through their ascension, their intuition, and their sensitivities. They said sensitivities are heightening, and it's very difficult, I know, because I've been there, done that, to marry the two together. So it feels like a crossroads, you guys, but I think the overall message when it comes to the shadow part of self is that if what you're doing right now to raise your frequency, to do that consistently, to do that steadily, at least for the next 30 days, if that's not working for you, you may have to twist it up a little bit, switch it up a little bit. Because if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. And I know there's a lot going in the collective at the moment, and people are fanning, pardon the pun, but people are fanning that fire. A lot of people are stepping back into the injustice, into that war type energy. It's this person against that person. They did that because of that. I just ask all divine light workers to try not to dip your energy into that. Focus more so on yourself right now. Yeah. So it's okay. You need to give yourself permission to grieve, whether it's that old version of yourself, anything that you feel is lack or scarcity in your immediate environment. Because I literally just heard things are just things, and I know that's hard when people have emotional attachment to things, to the material world. But I think what's happening here on a higher level, on a higher frequency, is that we're all being asked to step into service. So it's not the who did it, why did they do it, and whatever. They're trying to remind me of a thing I read yesterday about, there's some people overseas at the moment that have lost absolutely everything, but all they're doing, hey, Aroa, all they're actually doing is helping others that, whether it's finding places, they're getting in and helping. They're getting in and helping rather than sit there and amplifying the injustice of it. They're jumping in and helping, and that's true service. So just be mindful that your thoughts create your things. How you feel matters, and it's okay to feel less than. Try to find a new modality or a new way of shifting the energy and the vibration that you're currently in. Be careful, because what you project is what you will experience in this reality. It's time to move beyond the fear. Be careful what you listen to. You do need to realize that there are new doors opening up for you, that there are new pathways in which you can reach this door yourself. But if you pinch yourself off from that knowing, from that perspective, because you don't feel like you have enough money, because you don't feel like there's enough support around you, because, of what's happening elsewhere or whatever, that's what's pinching you off right now. You need to discover more about yourself and honor yourself a little bit more. Yeah, so in the Moonology, it's time to step outside your comfort zone. I keep going back to this same message from this moment forth, is that you need to do something you haven't done before. You need to push yourself out of your comfort zone in some type of way. They said even if it's just something as dreaming bigger, maybe a lot of this energy, it doesn't always have to be big and profound. Maybe people are so fearful of moving forward. They may have a fear of success. They may have a fear of getting their dream because, what happens then? If I get what I've always asked for, then what? that can cause a lot of anxiety in people. It can actually cause a lot of depression if you focus on the lack and the absence and the scarcity of it. But there is something coming up for you guys where you're going to have to take a leap of faith and step outside your comfort zone. There's a heavy, heavy significance here of having to do something that you haven't done before, but doing it consistently enough for it to start gaining a new momentum, get it a new energetic traction. Most definitely. We've got what do you need to release? So it keeps coming up. I'm an energy worker. I read the collective. So obviously there is a lot. Go back and watch my reel on Monday. I can't remember what I said because I just channeled it. But there is something that you are struggling to release. Maybe that's old lifestyle patterns. Maybe it's addictions. Maybe it's old thought patterns and behaviors and belief systems and all that. Maybe it's people, places, things that are in your immediate environment. Can be different for everybody, but there's definitely still a time to release anything that's no longer serving you. I've got a feeling this has got to do more so with daily habits and daily practices, if I'm honest. And it's time to step outside your comfort zone. Definitely time to step outside your comfort zone. I was saying this to my partner last night, you know, the hardest thing. I've literally had to sit down and write a step by step by step, because this is what happens when you've got trauma brain. But I've literally had to write a step by step process for myself moving forward, because I find it so easy to still get into that fight, flight, or freeze response psychologically. So I've set myself a goal for the next 30 days to do specific things. I've put a time frame on it and all that sort of stuff. Maybe you need to do the same. And then when you feel like you reach a point where you go, you know, I don't really feel like doing that today, or what if this doesn't work, or I'm wasting my time, or anything like that comes in, you got to remember why you're doing it to start with and push through it. Got to push through it. So, I'm feeling you, Gay. I'm feeling I'm feeling that. Feeling you on that one. Release possessions which need to go. Yep, exactly. Everybody knows what it is for them, because they're the things that you sit there and go, that's not making me feel good. That's not for my highest good. This is causing conflict and contrast and polarity in my life. But yeah, people, places, things, could be anything. Your commitment is being tested, isn't it just? I want to say to this energy, how bad do you want it? If you want to lose weight this year, how bad do you want to lose weight? If you want to manifest something into your reality, how bad do you want it? Are you going to release distraction, and you're going to choose self and to do daily processes to raise your frequency to get you to where you want to be? You know, how bad do you want it? Yeah. I don't want to criticize anybody who, it's not meant to be a criticism. Can't talk and reading mine, but you'll always hear me say, you guys, the only time you want anything outside of yourself is because of the feeling that you'll have from having it. So it's really important to tap into the feeling first. It's like feeling it and believing it, knowing it to be true, because you've already placed your order with the universe. It's already there and waiting for you, but you've got to keep yourself up to speed with it. So that's what we mean by how bad do you want it? Are you willing to sacrifice everything that is less than, so it can gradually and in time, depending where you are in your energetic timeline, so it can be replaced with something bigger and better. So we got communication is the key. So I literally just started up my own this week, obviously, again, because of my God box. I've actually got a nice jar and stuff this time, but anytime I have a worry or a concern, because I believe in spirit, and they've showed me evidence a million times over that when I shift my energy, that good things come in, I'm going to communicate it with spirit. I'm not personally someone that goes and talks to 5 or 10 different people, much to my partner's dismay this week. I just shut down. I like to transmute it and alchemize it myself. I'm not someone that needs to go and talk about my issues, because at the end of the day, it's just reaffirming them, and it actually breeds more issues of the same. So my partner couldn't quite understand that. He's like, well, I'm your partner, you talk to me and all that. And I had to explain that it's not as easy as that sometimes, and yada, yada, yada. But yeah, he even sent me a bunch of flowers just to say, well, I'm just holding space for you then. But I understand both sides of the fence. You know, it's hard for our loved ones to feel frustrated and not know what's going on and want to help in some way. But sometimes when we don't know what's going on or the reasons for things, it's hard for us to communicate. But if you can, by all means, do it. But if you can't, please obviously turn to spirit, create a God box for yourself. I might do a video on that and just write your worries and concerns, because I don't know, the week before, this last week, I was seeing my manifestations happen like really quickly. I'd literally have a thought and it was in my reality. I'd have a thought, it was in my reality, and I was like, sweet as a nut, like this means I'm in alignment, you know? But yeah, this week wasn't the absolute doozy. And I do believe, hand on heart, that it was because of the collective consciousness with what was going on overseas. So, yeah, do we want any more of these? So step outside your comfort zone. Focus on more so of what your current reality is showing you mentally or emotionally. Yes, your commitment's being tested, but that's because Spirit are kind of asking you, how bad do you want the change you wish to see in yourself and this world? It's communication that's always key. If you've got someone you can communicate really well with, obviously do that. But if not, grab yourself a God box, or I've got this jar, write your concerns into the God box and just say, universe, please take care of it, because they will. Some of you do need to discover what's coming up for you is for you to discover new aspects of yourself that you thought you were okay with, but maybe you're not. You need to honor yourself and know that you're more courageous than you give yourselves credit for. You have to realize that there's many ways that you can move forward, and a lot of it doesn't have to cost money as well. They just made me say that, so that was interesting. A lot of you are going to have to push through the fear of whatever it is that you're fearing, and understand that what you're projecting at the moment is going to appear in your reality if it's not shifted. So take it easy on yourself. Hey, Eartha Sam, good to see ya. I never thought of that thought process before until you said that about feeling, and I try to remind myself of that now. I love that, JM. I love that. Perfect. And that's all we got to do. When you're changing something, it's just going to take consistency. You know, I used to be the biggest negative Nelly. Nah, don't want any more of those. I used to be the biggest negative Nelly. I remember get given Esther and Jerry Hicks cards, and I read them and went, oh, how greedy, how selfish. Look at me now. So yeah, keep doing it consistently. I love that. Yeah, ride the wave, baby. Ride the wave. Are you saying that you struggle with communication, Gay, or? All right, we'll just grab some of these golden keys of Gaia and see what comes up here. Yes. Show your vulnerability. Mask off. This can go two ways because I'm reading energy. Maybe you have people in your life at the moment whose masks are falling off and you're actually seeing them for who they really are. That can be happening. Or this is also a sign and a message for you to take the mask off. It is so exhausting. I've been there, done that, to have to put on a different mask in every environment that I was in. I was as a daughter, as an auntie, as a friend, as a work colleague, as all these different hats that we wear at any given times in our life. I was a different person in all different scenarios. It's like I adjusted myself and who I am to fit in with other people, to make it easier. But what it actually does is it makes it friggin' harder later on, because you lose your sense of identity. You lose who you are, you know? So I think a lot of people are going to be ripped open a little bit when it comes to vulnerability, being a little bit more vulnerable, not giving a rip what other people think. Especially your ego, when your ego is trying to tell you that you're not good enough, that you can't do it, that you're ugly, that you're this, that you're that you're incompetent or whatever. Instead of going back and trying to find out why that is, oh, maybe my parent wasn't so encouraging as a kid, or maybe in a past life, you know, whatever your thing is, try not to go back there. I know it's patronizing for a lot of people because they feel that necessary, but that's okay. If that works for you, do it. But there is a big emphasis here on showing the world the real you. Hey, Mark, I haven't seen you in ages. Hey, Rosalie. Hey, Becca. No, I keep things to myself and work through them. I have also just been working on my communication with spirit. I love that, Gay. Love that. I love that. And it's very confronting, and it does make people, especially your loved ones outside of yourself, feel really incompetent. Like, how do I help them? It's hard for them to get their head around the fact that you got it. You know, that just give me time. Give me time. I'll shift, I'll transmute, I'll apply something new, and I'll move forward. You know, it makes them feel like they can't help. So absolutely nothing wrong with that. Usually it's the knee-jerk reactions of others that causes a bit of a thing, but the card actually says you do not need to suppress to impress by hiding parts of yourself. Take off any masks and reveal the real you. And I do believe from the initial message from Spirit here, it is about you discovering and honoring your own self and projecting that out to the world. And if you have struggled doing that, there's heaps of literature, heaps of mentors and coaches online delivering information for free. There's books you can read, there's libraries you can visit, there's Google, there's so many different modalities that you can lean into to gain knowledge and empowerment until you're ready energetically to actually put it into inspired action. That's what the energy is encouraging us to do right now. Back to my reel on Monday when I said, try not to put the cart before the horse. Don't try to make things happen through physical action because it'll fuck you up every single time. Every time. We'll keep going. There is an opportunity coming in. I can't wait to get in my tarot. There is an opportunity coming in. You are going to be asked to step outside your comfort zone in some way. We also got rekindle that jumped out. So please use your discernment. I've had some feedback come back to me this week of people getting back with partners from the past, and it's all happy and hunky-dory and all that. So swears and that, good on yous. Obviously shows that you've both done the energy work to come back and meet each other in a better space. So enjoy. For those who may have friends, jobs, old relationships coming back from the past, if you pick up on their energy and you just go, ugh, or you're suspicious or anything like that, the rekindle card doesn't mean you have to get back together with them. It may show you what needs to be either addressed in yourself, because the only reason why people or things from the past can come back into us is because we've got some energetic attachment to them or some sort of energetic tie. So just be mindful in this energy that you don't let anything unwanted or something from the past that made you feel at the time influence this current change and this current shift that's coming in. So if you want love in your life, if you want a loving job and you want a loving partner and you want loving friends and all that, you've got to be the love or as close to it as you can. So if you do have someone from the past and they bring up that emotion in you and it's not real good, they're just a catalyst. They're just a catalyst to show you where you are in your current frequency, and you don't even have to entertain them. You don't even have to question it or whatever. It's to help shift that feeling that you've still got within you, that you're holding on probably subconsciously. So yeah, and it's so funny because the card 29 come out and then the card 28 come out. I just heard meeting of the minds. So if you pay no mind to anything unwanted from the past, less than in the current now, you're going to meet like-minded, meeting of the mind type energies. I do feel like a lot of you are stepping into new soul connections here as well. This can be in the form of friends and family and relationships and stuff. You may have a rebirth in your relationship. And as I said that, we got burning desire and web of life. So you can't sit at home all day, kids, and go, when's the love of my life coming? when's this happening and when's that happening, and you don't talk to anybody, you don't step outside the house, you don't do anything. If you feel inclined, I mean, I'm joining aqua aerobics next Thursday. So if I want to live a happy, healthier, more energetic life in my physical self, I have to get out of my comfort zone. I have to go and do something that is of interest to me. And I might go there, there might be a bunch of 100-year-old ladies there, I don't really care. But at the end of the day, if I want to be fit and healthy, I need to put myself in social, interactive, co-creative settings where the people have the same type of goal. So I'm not necessarily going there to make friends, and obviously the fitness is a natural byproduct of that, but I'm going around people who have that same frequency of wanting to look after themselves. They want to be healthy and all that sort of stuff. So have a look at what floats your boat there, but it says widen your social web and meet like-minded and fulfilling connections. So these connections are still coming in, but I think a lot of you are still discovering who you are, what it is that you want, still releasing old residual energies from the past. If you want a clearing, book in for a session. I'm happy to help you. But then we got burning desire. So the card actually says align your burning desires with selflessness and higher purpose. The universe will reciprocate, bringing unimaginable fulfillment to your life. So it's coming in. It's just the more you know yourself and the more you take care of yourself and the more you stand in your life unapologetically, honestly, transparently, earnestly, and you stand by your own convictions, you will only attract the same. But you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone, and you need to put yourself in a position where you're around like-minded people, whether that's in a creative class like pottery or painting or art or cultural or something like that. Whether, for me, health, fitness, that type of thing. Whether it's entrepreneurs and business-related activities and anything like that. If you are taking care of your mental health, get along the lines of those who are doing it, like Mel Robbins and Tony Robbins, Lisa Nichols. There's so many. And if you're spiritual, get amongst the spiritual teachers and mentors as well. So you are always a product of your environment. Always. Oh shit! They wanted to jump out. So we're going to tap into the look, yeah. So into the tarot. So this is future telling stuff. The Justice card come out. I can't show these cards because they quite often get me shadow banned. But I can guarantee you guys, if you get a little bit more selfish and you really take care of yourself, release and purge anything that's unwanted by replacing it with something better. It can be just an old thought pattern that you replace it with a better thought pattern. Maybe you're shifting from... sorry, they're telling me something. So they're telling me to win a chicken dinner. There's some type of karmic justice that's coming into your life. What you want you to. It's definitely coming in. But they just told me the word slay the dragon. So some of you may actually need a shamanic healing or clearing or some type of assistance with what's being held, what you're holding on to. Because I feel like if you're, this is psychic attack type energy as well. So I'm not one that typically likes to blame out anything outside of myself or whatever, but psychic attack is very real, and I've only just started experiencing that, or that's only come to my awareness over the last 6 months. So just be mindful of that, because if you're under psychic attack, it's just, there's a natural, here I'm rubbing my tourmaline. Get some tourmaline if you haven't got it already, but there's a natural reaction in the 3D to start looking at the injustices and going down those rabbit holes. So I want you to know that if you use your wisdom and you follow your highest guidance right now, you are going to receive some type of karmic justice. I do feel, I want to say feel and believe at the same time, that this has got to do with money or abundance or some type of value when it comes to the financial, to financial matters. A lot of you are going to maybe be gifted with something of value as well. It depends on what you're calling in for yourself. Because I feel like there's a portion of you that are actually calling it in, and because you're just choosing to feel better and you're raising your frequency and you're focused on all the good things in life and all that sort of stuff, you'll manifest this in your own experience. But I do feel like there's another portion of you that are calling it in. It's going to come in for you, but maybe you won't feel like you're worthy enough. Maybe you won't feel like you deserve it. Maybe it's not in the costume that you thought it would come in. Maybe you feel like it's not enough. It's not enough. Or whatever it is. Please try not to sabotage that, because it is being orchestrated by spirit. It is coming to land in your lap to help shift your energy, whether it is just to give you hope or optimism or a new perspective or something. It's here to give you something. If you say yes, if you keep saying yes rather than no and having knee-jerk reactions to things, say yes, please, yes, please, yes, please. They said times 3, it's going to breed. It's going to breed. You're going to get more of the same. Going to get more of the same. So just say hypothetically, I don't know, what's an example I can give? Nah, I can't even think of an example. Just say someone comes along and they give you a compliment. All you want to have happen in your life is to be seen, to be validated, to be known, to be seen, you know. And someone in the street pays you a compliment and they just say hi, you know. From a higher perspective, you sit there and go, fuck, I actually manifested that. I was validated. I was reassured. I was seen in some type of way. Whereas people, depending on where you are in your frequency, some might go and go, weirdo, why would they say hi to me? You know, this suburb is not safe and I'm not going out anymore. You know, I've got weirdos saying hi to me. Like, stupid example, but this is the contrast and the energies that are happening at the moment. So I'm here to tell you guys, try not to do that. You know, if it's coming in as a feeling, address it. What's this trying to show me? Oh, maybe I've bitten off more than I can chew. Maybe I haven't done my meditations for a week. Maybe I've disconnected from society too much. Maybe I'm not eating the right things. Maybe this, maybe that is showing you something. It's showing you something. And as soon as you realize what that is showing you, you will naturally shift and transmute that into a higher frequency, and you will start seeing what it is that you're calling in. Oh, good on you, Graceful. That's the way. And you know, it's not selfish. It is kind of selfless. You know? Yeah. If you avoid gossip, if you avoid constantly talking about the problem, if you avoid worrying too much about what everybody else is doing other than yourself, if you continue to do that, and only you can take acknowledgement, if you're not, this doesn't suit you, judgment's going to go in your favor. They're telling me there's some type of victory that's coming in for you. This has got to do with what your empire looks like, but let's go back to the beginning. And if you don't know what your empire looks like and what it feels like, and you're not saying it feels great to feel safe and secure in my new home, it feels great to shop from the nice part of the store with all this abundance in my bank account, regardless of whether you have it in your bank account or not. There is something significant coming in for you guys that's going to show you that there is a way forward. It is going to be of value, but I'm really worried that some people are going to sabotage this, if I'm honest. It goes back to that, is my cup half full or half empty? I just want to get some more. Just do the psychic stuff. Oh, thank you. Yep, you need to cut out the crap. Need to cut out the crap. There's money from work coming in. There's passionate offers coming in. It's closing out a cycle here. Emotional offers coming in here. Are you going to keep yourself in this self-imposed prison, not focusing on what you're passionate and what you want in life, focusing on what's happening around you? A lot of you are going to come into some type of financial abundance where you'll be able to pay off debt, that you'll either be able to give back to the community. And it's not always money, it can be time, anything that has energy attached to it is precious. So be mindful of where you spend your time and how you spend your energy and your finances, especially at this moment. And I think the biggest struggle at the moment is people getting out of their heads. I think it's getting out of your head. That's been the trickiest part. This can be for everybody more of a psychological issue. That's what it was for me this week. So if it is, you know, obviously if you believe in psychologist, psychiatrist, or anything like that, I would encourage you to get that. I myself now just follow Dr. Nicola Pera. I've got all her books. I just go back to her book and do a few things that I'm drawn to process and stuff out of there. So yeah, absolutely, Becca, write your own story, how you want it to be, picture it as done. Because I know how easy, being someone, and the same cards just come out, you saw me shuffle. Here's this brand new beginning, I think that came out last week as well. And the Ace of Pentacles, this is that richness. Some people just feel rich because they're surrounded by loved ones and nice food and all their needs are being met. Like, awesome. Some people are chasing the millions, awesome. But what does your empire look like? Do you know what it looks like for you? Can you sit there for 5 or 10 minutes and picture what your life looks like in, you know, 5 months, 5 years? If you can, what's causing discord within your resistance is the fact that your feeling space isn't in alignment with it. And because you're choosing not to release certain things. Same cards keep coming out. You see me shuffling the same cards. There's victory coming in for you guys. There's victory coming in. And it's going to come in the form of value. Valuable offer, valuable money, valuable prospects, valuable people, people who add value. You've got to understand and embrace your own value. It goes back to the transparency and authenticity at the beginning. If you don't feel worthy of it, if you don't feel like you don't deserve it, if you feel like it can never happen, if it's not possible and all that, so it is. So it is. I would encourage everyone to get back in the books and research the law of attraction and how energy actually works. Because I do feel in this energy right now, there's just a lot more self-sabotage from lack of knowing, from lack of worth, from lack of confidence, lack of support. That's where the lack and the scarcity is. Or there's too much attachment to physical things or people in your environment. Take time out. Take time out. Honestly, go back to self. Try to recollect yourself. If you do have a lot of unwanted things presenting themselves to you, whether it is in the physical world or in your emotion, write them down. Write them down on the release side of a form. So you want to release them. And if you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. It's time to write down what you do want from the unwanted. Rip that page off, get rid of the unwanted because obviously you don't want it anymore, and focus on ways to get yourself into vibrational alignment and frequency through the law of attraction with those things that you do want. It goes back to the original message of learning new modalities, learning new ways to do things. Oh, you're welcome, Graceful. I know it feels really foreign when you start doing it. I get it. I know. But if anything, I can show you the evidence of when you put your head down and your bum up and you actually do it and you put your own energy first and foremost, it will pay the dividends. It will pay off for you. So remember, you're never stuck or stagnant because energy never gets stuck or stagnant. We do pinch ourselves off by putting a boulder in our stream, and that's the resistance. Look, what I just say. Don't push it uphill right now. There are still aspects in your life that are not for you. You have a lucky break coming in. You have something of fortune or value that is coming in for you. You are not stuck. You are poised for change. You're about to take a leap of faith, but you're going to have to step outside your comfort zone. You maybe have to do something that you've never done before. Maybe you're going to have to actually tap into your faith system a little bit more. If you think that you can control or do anything in the physical world to get you what you want, you will, but you'll burn out as a process of doing it. There is an offer or an opportunity coming in that's going to ask you to take a leap of faith into it. It says, come to the edge. You're so close. We're only a couple of weeks away. There's some significance with the end of January with this. I think there may be some type of Chinese New Year or something actually happening at the end of January, because I love that energy. It's, even though we've just had our new year here, or in the world, didn't feel like much to me. But oh, thanks so much, Gabe, for your super chat. I appreciate that, darling. If you want to ask me a question, I got 55 exactly, 10:55 on my thing, 22 and 11. Signs and synchronicities. No, they're not them. So please understand, you're not stuck or stagnant right now. You need to have a look and ask yourself why you're resisting change. Stop influencing yourself with external people. Connect more with your faith into source. And I swear to God, things will work out for you. Try not to chase your tail. I just saw too that we're missing. Open your heart. Open your heart to receive. And you've got some type of victory coming in here. It will come because you took care of your emotions. This has been, whatever this is for you as individuals, this has been slow. It's been very, very slow moving. Yeah. There's loyalty, there's exchanging of gifts, there's equal energy exchange. It's going to bring peace into your life. How can someone help you if you won't allow the help in, first and foremost? How can you expect someone to love you if you don't love yourself enough? How can you lose weight if you don't put yourself into environments and around people that are encouraging and nurturing of that? How can you shift your life if you don't do positive, consistent energy work in your life? You know, that's reality. That's reality. But I need you to know that the victory that's going to come in for you is equal energy exchange. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. There is some type of loyalty. So if you have trust issues right now, that's showing you something. It's time to get on top of that. Start trusting and believing in yourself first and foremost. Bring peace to where you currently are. Understand that Rome wasn't built in a day. All you have is now. Focus on what you're doing now. So what you do attract in the future is going to be nothing but a byproduct of that. And then you'll be freaking good to go. Yeah, I just said synchronicities with all the numbers on my screen, and then we got synchronicity that come out in the cards. So Spirit wants you to know that your prayers and questions are being answered by synchronistic events. So notice them in order to increase their flow. I had someone reach out to me and say, I saw this sign. Because I've been getting lots from animals at the moment. So what I do is I take a photo of it and I put the meaning for other people who may be seeing the same signs and synchronicities, and the grasshopper come out. And a lady literally reached out and said, oh my God, I've had a grasshopper that's been on my car. And then when I got in my car the next day, it actually got in my car. And I'm glad I read that because now I know what it means. And I said, all you need to do in that point in time is just thank you for the message. Thank you for the message. I appreciate the message. What I want wants me to. Morning affirmations. It's going to be a great way to start the day. Even if you don't have the time to sit and write, put some that maybe on YouTube or something, put them on so you're hearing them. Oh, thanks, Kim. I appreciate your super chat too, darling. I'm wrapping this up and I'll get to some questions. But say positive affirmations each morning to open the gates of manifestation, because your prayers and your questions are being answered by the divine. I know it's hard to believe. We got music. Oh, look, yeah, we got music for manifesting, and we also got accept heaven's help. So maybe you're not kind of believing right now that Spirit are helping you, that the law of attraction is on your side. And we also got self-forgiveness. So this is a duality I do feel at the moment of people, you know, they feel guilty for wanting better for themselves. They feel guilty for saying no to things when they've always said yes and all that sort of stuff. But now's not a time to feel guilty. Now's the time to tap into that selflessness. Understand that you are the creator of your own reality and everybody else is as well. That what you think about comes about. If you can see it in your mind, you can have it in your hand. Accept heaven's help. Release it. Say your prayers. Put it in your God box. Put it on your vision board. Do whatever you do in the physical world that is a byproduct of your expectancy on how it's going to come in. Have a bit of a dance to music. Sing music. Write music. Do whatever you need to do. Binaural beats. Because what you're manifesting, it says to manifest more rapidly, think of your desire while you chant, hum, sing, or play music. That's just raising frequency. We got ready, steady. ready, set, go again, and we also got break free. So you are breaking free from what it is that you have been going through. I can reassure you that there's going to be some victory. There's going to be some value that comes your way. But if you sit there and feel like it's never enough, it's not good enough, or anything like that, I know how easy it is to do when you're in the thick of grief. And I know how easy it is to focus on what everybody is not doing as opposed to the one or two that are doing something to help you. I get that because I felt guilty that I was more focused on the injustice at the time rather than the wonderful things that people were actually doing for me. That's a very big psychological thing. So just remember, go easy when it comes to the psychological side. But a lot of you do need to try different ventures and experiences in a way to grow and learn. So if you believe in the deities, this is what comes out. Oh, we've got the same ones. We got Shekinah again. Sacred self. Can't blame anyone or anything outside of yourself for what's happening to you because you are a creator. Unleash your spirit. Express your gifts. Dance to the sacred rhythm of life. If you are a light worker and you are stepping up into service at the moment, go back to the original message, the spiritual ass whooping, and don't compare yourself to anybody else. Everybody does things their own way, so don't compare yourself with anyone. It's time to step up and just fucking do it. Just do it. We also got Master Jesus, which we got forgiveness again. So self-forgiveness did come out. So it's about forgiving yourself for what you've done, where you've been, the choices you've made. Can't go back and fix it. Waste of time and precious energy. But also, if you can forgive yourself for some things, it can be transmuted and you will find forgiveness for others that may have done you wrong. That's part of the karmic justice. So then we got Diana. So we got focused intention. So you need to set your new intentions and you need to focus on those first and foremost rather than what everyone's doing around you. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. I love how these deities back up what I've been channeling out of all these cards. Love it. We also got Hilarion, which is divine healing. Honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. That's what I said before about coming back to self. You need to retreat. You need to go back in yourself. Try not to influence yourself. And regardless of how, people around you may feel about that. And then we've got life force, Sir Nanos. Express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. So, backs up what I've been saying. What are you passionate about? List all those things. What do you like to do? List all those things. What makes you feel good? List all those things. And every time you feel yourself dip in emotion, feeling irritated, feeling annoyed, feeling lost, feeling stagnant, feeling whatever you're feeling, go back into those lists and do something off those lists. That's how you alchemize and shift energy as well. And if you have a feeling, feel it. Feel it. That's how you get through it. Try not to sweep it under the carpet or anything like that. And if you can't do that on your own, seek the medical help that you need. Seek the help that you need. So yeah, hope that helped you guys. My readings are changing, man. It's like, oh. Lunar New Year. Is that what's coming up? At the end of January? All right, so thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'll get into some questions now if you like. Thank you everyone who's left a super chat. I need to learn how to send donation on live stream. Thanks for today. Oh, you're very welcome. I don't know what it looks like on your side, but sometimes there's like a little button down the bottom. Oh, this is Gay's 5th super on a live stream. So thanks so much, Gay. Would love to hear whatever Spirit is guided to tell me. All right, let's do this. So Spirit, what does Gay need to know to help her move forward at this current time? As soon as I tapped in your energy, Gay, I heard lay down your worries. So I don't know whether you are a little bit of a worry wart or whether it's not in your awareness, that sometimes you pinch yourself off from growing and expanding in some ways because you worry a little bit. I see a really valuable offer coming in for you. I'm not sure whether this has got, are you partnered, Gay? Have you got a partner? Because I'm seeing a financial and an emotional offer that's coming your way. I do feel like this is an offer. I feel like it's got to do with work, but there's a masculine energy here where I'm not sure who's that got to do with. But I feel like it's something that you may get in your head about. Husband, because I'm reading energy. If you're really, really worried about your husband, I'm going to pick up on that energy. So that's what I'm more so leaning towards. Because I don't feel like I'm reading for you. I think I'm reading for the masculine energy. And I think I don't read for anybody outside of the person that I'm reading for typically, but Spirit will provide me with what they feel the energy you, Gay, need to know, so you don't worry about your partner. But like I say, this is energy, so just take it fluidly in this time or type of thing. But you're gonna experience an emotional reprieve, an emotional relief when something significant happens to your husband, for your husband. I can feel your husband in some ways calling out for help. I don't know whether this is financial. He's doing good. There's something financial coming in, because it could be just the fact that he's worried about money or he's worried about something. Put it this way. If either you or your husband are worried about anything right now, try not to feed that worry, because there is some type of financial offer or financial winning or something of financial coming in to help you guys with something that you want to do. It could be the fact that you are going to make an investment and you're going to take a leap of faith into a new investment, or you will invest in something and it pays its dues to you. Could be something like that. Just give it a little bit more. I'll keep hearing March with this. March. My dad in Spirit said something about money coming in. Yeah, there's something about financial rewards coming in, but there's also a worry attachment to it, and there's investment with it. Yeah, you manifested this. I don't know whether you and your hubby are going and doing something different together. And obviously this is where one-on-one readings are great, because you can sort of clarify, oh yes, we're thinking about selling our home and buying a van and going on a family vacation or something like that. But there could be some trouble with this as well. So put it this way, keep doing what you're doing. If you do have any type of energy, emotion come up that is of worry or guilt or uncertainty and stuff like that, try to, same as a collective reading, try to not give that too much focus on the lack and the scarcity, because you have something significant. You're starting a whole new cycle from March onwards. So I hope that helped you. Oh, we would love to have time to travel together. Well, very well could be. There's something significant coming in where you guys can do something together. So, yay! All right, Kim, did you have a question, honey? And thank you so much, Aroa. Thank you so much, everyone, for your super chats. I appreciate it. Kim, did you want to ask a question first, doll? And Aroa, if you want to put your question up. Oh. All right, Spirit. What does Kim need to know? What does Kim need to know to help Kim move forward? Spirit are saying there's a brand new beginning coming in for you, Kim, with the sun here. I feel contradictory sometimes when I'm helping mentoring people this week because I was down that hole. So if someone said to me, just look on the bright side, you know, think of something different and all that sort of stuff, I probably would have lost my shit because it felt very patronizing to me. Anyway, what I'm getting for you, Kim, though, if you want a little bit of guidance here, there's someone that's coming in for you that's going to offer you, I get told offer you the world. So I've got a feeling that this is a new connection. But I feel like I've still got energetic attachments and ties to things of the past. I got this energy coming from you, Kim. It's like, I don't like being told what to do. Don't tell me what to do. And it's like kind of like, help me, but don't tell me what to do. I could be wrong. Or maybe I've got a feeling there's a new energy stepping forward that wants to help you in some way, but it's about you stepping out of your masculinity into your femininity a little bit, because there's a thing with dominance here. There's something about being dominant. Because there's telling me there's a difference between being assertive and strong, than trying to be dominant. So I could have this energy all wrong because they're just words. The energy I'm feeling is maybe you're trying to make things happen a little bit more, 1111, trying to make things happen. Rather than coming back to self. Hang on, I'll get a little bit more. Look at the money that's coming in for you, darling. There's a money and emotional fulfillment coming in for you. So it's just about feeling better with things. It's funny because I've got the Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands underneath each other here for you. And I feel like I'm airing your dirty laundry here a little bit, but I have to say it how I get it. I think you've got a fear of codependency. You're very strong, you're very independent. You are more than capable of looking after yourself and everything like that. But there is another energy that's coming forward that may have more than what you have, and you try not to compare yourself with this person, because I think you worry about becoming codependent on other people, or you're sick of being codependent on other people. I don't know what's going on here. You need to emotionally let that go. 10 of Cups, baby. Here comes this relationship and this connection. Spirit said, let's just wrap this up very, very quickly. They want you to really fully understand and embody the knowing that what you want you to, but there is something that needs to, oh, fucking hell. Sorry, Kim, yours is turning into more of a counseling thing. It's more about softening the emotional side to things. That's the femininity. They want you to release the hyper-independence with healthy resilience. Because you have someone stepping forward in a romantic energy here. They want to come into union with you. they do have more than what you have. It's going to trigger something where you don't want to become codependent, or you don't want to feel like you can't contribute enough or something. But they want you to take a new perspective, as your time, your money, your energy, your energetic investment into relationships and connections is just as valuable as the money. But you do have a relationship coming in that is going to float your boat. Look at that. But there's something in between now and then that needs to be softened and soothed in your emotional self. Sorry, Kim, I hope that made sense, doll. All right. So, Aroha, thank you for your super chat, darling. So, Aroha would like to know what's coming in for the next. I'm not ignoring your other questions. You can keep writing them if you like. It's just I have to stay in my little psychic tunnel. Woo! Woo! Aroha, as soon as I tapped into your energy, I heard from little things, big things grow. I think you're at the end of a tower moment yourself. So you're still re-identifying parts of yourself. You're still sort of collating what it is that you do want. 2025 is going to call for you to let your walls down a little bit. I feel like it's got to do with connections in some type of way. But if you've been through an emotional shitstorm lately, Spirit wants you to know that you can ground yourself more, do that vibrationally in your frequency. And now I'm hearing, don't you worry, child. Heaven's got a plan for you. Maybe you just need to set up a new plan for yourself as well. You need to know that what you've been going through is coming to an end, but I feel energetically you're still holding on to it in some way. Spirit is saying with the Death card here, it's time to let it go. It's time to release it, especially if you can't do anything about whatever this is. I don't want to sugarcoat and play this down for you because I can feel the energy that there's a lot of injustice. I think you've been stabbed in the back quite a few times. I feel very emotionally hurt by various things. So you may have a little bit of PTSD, not trying to label you, but that's the energy I'm getting. It's not just one thing, you know, but Spirit is saying if you raise your sword up and cut through the riffraff, which I feel you have the power to do, and follow your intuition, you're manifesting something brand new for you here. You are actually stepping up into a leadership type role. So there's no more Aroha doormat energy anymore. It's kind of like I feel like if I'm in you, I'm saying I'm not settling for sloppy seconds anymore, and I don't have to put up with this shit anymore, and I don't have to stop my life from moving forward because other people are so unhappy. It's something significant. I'm getting really hot in your energy, so I don't know whether you have been feeling a little bit angry. Yeah, you are going to have a wonderful shift when it comes to your work. You're going to be, I heard vindicated, so I don't know what that means, but I feel like I'm being validated, or I'm going to be acknowledged or recognized in my work. I feel like I'm stepping up into more of a management or leadership type role here, and over the course of the year, financially, I will get the benefits of that. Oh, you're welcome, Kim. So yeah, 1414 in New Zealand, all these signs and synchronicities. Because I feel like if I'm you, I want to write a new life map, or maybe a mind mapping would suit you, but create a new plan for yourself. And obviously when you create that plan, you've got to attach that I'm good enough, I'm going places, life is just getting better and better for me, I'm so excited. Let's get this show going. You know, in the next 12 months, I'm going to be earning $4,000 a week. I'm going to be traveling a lot more. I'm going to, like, what is it that you're doing? So yeah. Oh, thank you, Graceful. You too, darling. JM, does my divine partner know of me? Of course. Energetically, of course. What's happening in love for JM? Spirit? It's so funny, JM, because it's like as soon as you start focusing on something else, then your divine partner will present themselves. Spirit are guiding you at the moment to maybe more so take care of your ideas, your finances, your own sense of stability and security through self-love and focusing on, if you have a hobby that you want to turn into a business or you want to apply for something new or do something new, that's really encouraged as well. But as soon as you kind of not focus on the absence of a divine union, that's when the divine union will come in. But yes, when it comes to souls and connections and timelines and all that, we have to put ourselves in to vibrational alignment with that in some way. April seems very significant with whatever this is. Oh, have a good day, Denise. April feels very significant for you, so. I love that, Aroa. I know it's really tricky at the moment because I personally don't enjoy scripting like that. Like it took me all week to write down a schedule because I know my psychological self needs something to keep it accountable for me not to slip into old ways of taking care of everybody else and not myself. I've literally got 7 a.m., 10 p.m., 2 p.m., like all this because also it affects my work. You know, I should and want to be doing so much more work with videos and lives and all that. I struggled this week to do that kind of thing because I love energy fluidity. Whee! You know what I mean? But when it comes to the real world, we need some type of structure initially to get a new flow going. So I know it's a lot of people avoid doing that type of stuff, but I'm telling you now, it's really, really, really beneficial and it's really essential for people to start putting down what's in their head or how they're feeling or the projection of where they see themselves in the next 12 months down on paper in some type of way. Try not to keep it in your head. If you are receiving downloads, if you are an intuitive as well, and you are receiving downloads, it can be random names, it can be predictions, it can be anything. If you are receiving downloads, write them down too. Don't always think that because something comes through, you've got to take time out to focus on it and work out where it is and who it's for and all that sort of stuff and what it means. Just write it down on paper, get it out of your system because that actually keeps your psychic channel open to receive more. Because sometimes you'll receive messages that aren't even for you. I had a message come through or a dream come through the other day. No, it was a dream, but I don't believe it was a dream. It was a premonition. Visitation, and it was from a young girl who was a little frisky in her day. This is spirit. She was a little frisky in her day, and she took me back to like, you know, the 1980s or something when it was somewhat safe to just sort of go out and about in the streets and all that sort of stuff. But she hooked up with somebody that she knew, and he actually choked her and suffocated her, and to this day, her parents or her family do not know what happened to her. So she came through to me, wanting me to share with her loved ones of what actually happened to her. And obviously, I don't know who the loved ones are. I don't know where that meant to go. Well, la, 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 la. It was just evidence to me that working on my mediumship abilities is starting to work. So all I did was write it down on a piece of paper because I know that I have a reading coming up or a reading that's going to be booked, and that message is going to be for someone that I'm reading for. So I just shared that because otherwise I would get lost in the, who is it? What's your name? And I'd get lost in the, I've got to go find your loved ones. You know, I'd get caught up in that, and then the days, weeks just elude me. So if you are receiving intuitive nudges and hits right now, start writing it all down. Oh, beautiful, Gay. You're very welcome. I think I'm starting to get downloads, but I'm just starting to be aware. Awesome, JM. You'll feel the difference between downloads and knowings. I honestly just write it down. Kyrie, I will pull something for you, darling. I feel like I need to just give you a little bit of something. Yeah, you're going through a spiritual ascension as well. You are resisting something. They just told me you may have a fear of wanting more or have a fear of receiving more. There could be a little bit where at times you do tend to lapse back into lack and scarcity thinking. You have a positive shift coming in your financial sector because I feel like you're going to start working smarter, not harder this year. I do feel like there's going to be a shift. There's going to be a shift in your work sector, and I think you're going to meet a love interest or a connection as well. It's like boom, they come straight into me. You're actually entering into a whole new soul contract as well. You just got to take the time out to still work out what's best, what's for your highest good. My throat chakra literally just wanted to close up in your energy there. So maybe you have trouble communicating or you're not speaking your truth or you feel shut down in some way. They tell me you may feel shut down. Maybe your boss isn't listening to you. Maybe your family's not listening to you. Maybe you're not honoring your higher self here. There's something going on which is keeping you a little bit imposed. But there is a new doorway opening up for you. End of March, April is very significant. I do see you signing a new contract when it comes to your work. Yeah, because I'm hearing that song, just let it go, just let it be. So it's about finding peace with where you are right now, darling. So, yeah. Oh, you're welcome, JM. The bosses are playing games with shifts. That makes a lot of sense. So take that opportunity to be aware that the bosses are playing games with shifts. Come back to yourself. Recognize that you are a wonderful carer. You're a wonderful healer. You are wonderful in service. This has nothing to do with you. And if I could do anything that I wanted to do moving forward outside of this current position, what would it look like? Oh, actually, I could do this as self-employed. I could do this myself and I can be my own boss. I'm not saying that's what you're going to do, but this is the process. It's their loss. If they want to cut me out of the game, then that's their loss, not mine. But I know I can do something better. So what does that better look like for me? Maybe I will learn something new and maybe study something and go somewhere new. I've just shared that for Kyrie, who's experiencing what someone else is doing, aka bosses, and how you transmute and alchemize that energy for yourself. So, because you do have a new contract coming in for you, Kyrie, I promise you. And I know things, and then someone validates it in random conversation. I'm like, I knew it. Yeah, love that. So what you can do, Chris, too, if you don't do this already, is that I used to start a diary, and on the date that I received something, I'd put it down, especially if it was very significant. That first started for me is when I predicted the towers and stuff. I could just smell smoke all the time. I saw planes. I saw what I saw, and I just wrote that down into my little psychic predictive notepad and dated it. And then when it actually happened, I could turn to my ex at the time and, everybody around me go, see, I told you it was going to happen. I told ya. So, I love that. So take those goosebumps as spirit really having your back right now. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I've been on here long enough. I hope that helps some of you. I'm about to start my own adventure here and really get to the nuts and the bolts and with discipline and regularity and all that sort of stuff. So, practice what I preach over here in these parts. Wendy, where have you been? I was literally going to message you last week. I've been thinking about ya. How have you been? Oh, I was wondering, where's me, Wendy K? Good night, USA Wendy. I thought, where is she? Hope you're well. I'm good. I'm good. Have a blessed day, everyone. Absolutely go. Thanks so much for joining in this morning. Oh, I'm glad you received what you needed, kitty. I appreciate it. You've been busy. I need to get in contact with you. Yes. So, is it okay if I contact you, Wendy? Oh, I love that. Oh, you're welcome, Tracy. Keep doing what you're doing, sister. You're on the right path. Oh, you're awesome too, Lime. Love you guys. Oh, yeah. I'm going to try and do the time frames differently so I can get you American peeps. But I'll send you an email, Wendy, because I might still be able to come over and see ya. Yep. Oh, you're welcome, Kyrie. You have an awesome week too. And guys, make sure if you feel like you need a little bit of a prep up, you know, come back to the lives. Don't allow the energy to get away from you. Don't let your mindset get away on you, you know. Come back to the lives. Go back and watch other lives, or do what you need to do, or just... And one thing I felt like I need to say too is just be mindful of watching other, you know, readers and stuff like that as well. Try to find a couple that really resonate with you and stuff like that, and just stick with them. I'm noticing a lot of people at the moment. I had one lady, and this is what sparked my thing, and I admit this is where I'm currently at as well, but you know, you've got your sun, you've got your moon, you've got your rising, you've got your north node, you've got your Uranus, you've got your Venus, you've got your you got all these aspects, and people don't know what to listen to. Should I listen to my sun sign? I personally will watch my north node and rising, because that's energetic significance to where you're going. But people are watching these readings and these star signs and all that, and they're getting lost. They're following the Capricorn guidance when they actually should be following the Libra or something, whatever it is. So just be mindful of that. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll do that, Wendy. I'll do that over in the next day or so. But anyway, I love you guys. Thanks so much for supporting me and my channel. Thank you so much for your super chats. I hope Spirit's guidance has helped you in some way. And here we go. All right, guys, I love you so much. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.